Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are looking at some things you have tagged me in over on Instagram, TikTok. Go ahead and follow me on those platforms. Send me things you want me to react to. Anything you think is a little bit crazy, a little bit weird. Do please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up. And just before we get into this, as I always say, oh, that's a bit high, isn't it? Creativity and individuality have no rules, but makeup has a theory, and these videos take a look at that. When you finally stop doing concealer the influencer way and do it the way how they taught you in beauty school. Apply concealer on the back of your hand. Use a fluffy eyeshadow brush. Apply light layers of product as needed. Yes. That was beautiful. Flawless finish, less product. Absolutely. 100%. That's the way. That's the way. Helps with everything. Stops creasing when you use a more controlled amount. You know what I mean? It just looks better in general. Let me tell you, there's a reason why people in beauty schools and makeup school, when you're learning makeup, aren't taught the big triangles and tapping and tapping and tapping it in. Because it looks shit. No, I'm joking. It's not that bad. How I find the perfect lip shade.
I'm actually not mad about this because on the regular, I say avoid using testers on anything but the back of your hand. But this is kind of a smart idea. I don't mind this.
It's not terrible, right? You can see what it looks like on your skin tone without any interruption, without having to put the physical tester on your mouth. You can always put the color on the back of your hand, but your hands aren't a true representation of what's going on in your face, either for foundation, either for concealer. The reason testers are so gross is because everyone uses them. And from experience in makeup retail, right, the things people do with testers, you wouldn't believe. Well, maybe you would. But it's just really disgusting. They can have so much bacteria on there, you don't know how long that tester's been out for. I've seen people put the whole tester in their mouth sometimes. It's like, why the fuck are you doing that? Why is that in your mouth? And especially on places like your mouth, your eyes. You want to be really, really careful. You can get like really horrible diseases, infections. It's not the best way to try things. If you're being hygienic, yes, it's fine. But let's say, for example, right, let's say this gloss is a tester. Now I believe they cut off a little sample tips there. But even if I have disposables on counter, what's to say that I haven't put this in, tried it on, put it back, and then put it over there? Everything's now in this thing, right? So that's why it's a good idea. A lot of retail staff keep a really close eye on people trying the testers, trying the samples to make sure they don't use it unhygienically. But you can never be too careful. You don't know what people are doing with their mouths. You don't know what people are putting in their eyes. Oh god, not aloe vera. Now, would I put aloe vera that close to my eyes? Perhaps not. I don't know if it's good for your actual eyeball, for your skin. Yes. For the actual eye socket, maybe not. Here's what I would say to that. Aloe vera does tend to dry down quite well. It would separate the lashes depending what one you're using. I don't see that being a huge issue. My huge issue with like make your own products is that it could go really horrifically wrong for you, right? But I'd rather aloe vera than Vaseline, for example. You know what I mean? Aloe vera can smell bad sometimes also. But I don't see that lasting a long time. And if aloe vera dries down and you kind of just left then with like the powder kind of stuff, it's probably not the most water resistant, waterproof. It's probably going to come off very quickly. It's not going to hold a curl in any way if that's what you wanted. It's probably not the best option, I would say. I don't think it is personally. Apparently you can put this blush on blindfolded. That blush looks really good. I do really want to try it. Why would you not be able to do your blush blindfolded anyway? Why would that be difficult? Do you know what I'm saying? 1 second. Let's do it. Let me just rehydrate my face quickly because I'm already wearing blush, but let me go and get like a quite strong cream blush. I don't really want to blindfold myself because my lashes, what if I just keep my eyes closed and I won't cut it? Okay, here we go. No cuts. I'm going to use this blush. This is a Rare Beauty one. Blindfolded. No, just not with my eyes open. Okay, this is probably the hardest. This is probably the hardest part, putting that back in. Oh shit. I think that was my brush. So, I mean, all you have to do is like blend a little bit, right? I think I put some further down. And I'm just gonna buff in. I guess the hardest part would be trying to figure out when you finish blending. Why did I say it like two separate words? But I'm gonna assume I want to put more color up here. So I'm gonna keep tapping the color up towards the, what's this called? Cheekbone, top of a cheekbone. I just keep tapping. Going. I mean, that's fine, right? Did I put any color on my face? Why is that? Why would that be a challenge? Like, oh my God, apparently you can apply this blindfolded. So like, well, I've never really thought about being able to, I've never really thought about the benefit of my blushes to be able to do it blindfolded. That's a really strange concept to me as to why that would be an issue, like a challenge, you know what I mean? Is there a blush you can't use blindfolded? I mean, you could use it blindfolded, whether or not it looks good is another. Oh my God, testing my eyeshadow palette from 2017 for bacteria. Naked Basis. Oh my God, I have the like original Naked Free palette for when it came out. I don't use it still, but it's in there. Do I want to watch this? Because I think I definitely have some palettes that could do with being thrown away. Hopefully it doesn't come back too bad. Oh, we're testing every color? Okay. I guess one doesn't harbor less bacteria than others. Or does it? We'll find out. This is going to be horrible, isn't it? This is going to be horrific. Oh, we're making 2. Okay, that's good. Just scientific tests, right? Just to make sure it's double safe. 24 hours incubated. Please don't be bad. Please don't be bad. Oh, that's not... There's nothing growing, right? Huh, okay. Not that that's a good sign that you should still be using those things from that time, but I thought it was going to come back looking like some sort of, you know, rice cracker with all this stuff all over it, like looking really terrible, but that is not bad at all. I feel like I could rest easy knowing I have sanitizing sprays if it really came to me wanting to use my Naked Free palette one day. Again, don't recommend using expired products.
You should actually be applying highlighter underneath your eyes. I have no beauty filter. I'm on the back camera right now, and I want you to exactly in 4K see underneath my eyes and the wrinkles. Now, in makeup, we usually take a matte setting powder or even a foundation powder, and we set our concealer after we do our makeup. While that brightens it, it looks beautiful, it will not do our under eyes justice as much as applying a nice highlighter underneath our eyes. Now, let me tell you the concept. First of all, we do not want glitter. We want a highlighter. Now, let me flip the camera and exactly show you why this is better. This is my side with the highlighter underneath my eyes. This is a side with the mattifying powder. When you have a mattifying powder, when the sun hits something matte, the light doesn't bounce back, so you have a flat surface. However, when we use something glowy or highlighty underneath our eyes, especially, or wherever that you have a little bit of wrinkle, when the sun hits the highlighter side, there's a reflex. So that actually smooths it out. I don't know if that makes sense. If there's a dark spot, if there's a wrinkle, you won't be able to tell because the shadows will go away with the highlighter. Now, this is front camera. I think you could totally see here that that part is matted. But here, when I move, when the sun hits my eyes, the hollowness is gone. That's why when you're mature, you often tend to love more dewy and glowy looks because you go like, oh, my skin just looks smoother. So sometimes when you apply your concealer, set your under eyes with any powder that you like, but taking a little bit of a highlighter, not too bright, not too silvery, not too dark, something similar to your tone, and just top it off on your under eyes, and that's gonna actually help with the light reflex bounce back, and it's gonna make it look smoother. Try this technique, stitch me, I wanna see what it looks like on you. Like always, forehead kiss. Bye.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try that technique. I'm not sure how accurate the description of a light is. So when we, for example, okay, when we mattify something, right? When something's matte, it it absorbs light. So it makes it look blurry. For example, here, I have loads of lights on me. So when I mattify this area, it's absorbing light, meaning that you can't see any detail. Because we see detail by light bouncing off things, right? You can see the light is bouncing off my cheeks. You can see pores. You can see pore texture. If I was then to highlight that area with a highlighter, it accentuates that texture. So I wouldn't say that's quite accurate. Let me tuck some, I'm going to do it on the matte side. Let me highlight under my eye. And this is a highlight I use that's quite neutral, like kind of natural on my skin. I mean, I don't hate it. Do you see what I mean? But I just put highlighter there. But when something is matte, like I've mattified my forehead, you can't see any texture. Whereas when you highlight it, light's bouncing off, so light gives you details. So it gives every single detail. So I'm not quite sure how accurate that is. I always personally, I do tuck highlighter just here under my eye, and then bring it down here. But I'm not sure see, to me, I can see the details off my under eye here. I can see this dip. I'm not quite sure I agree with that, to be honest with you. That's why, I react to a lot of videos where it's like people putting powder and being like, look how smooth I look. Yes, it does look smooth, but it's not physically smoothing out your skin. It's a trick of a light. Even here, you can see texture. No, you can see I put highlighter down here when I was testing it. But even if I was to mattify the highlight, you can't see the texture as much. Yeah, light doesn't technically work like that, but at the same time, I'm not against putting a bit of highlighter under your eyes. But like the smallest amount, you know what I mean? I'm adding this in here. Let's watch this together.
I'm going to show you how to get the smoothest, brightest under eyes ever. Drench your velour puff. I know this sounds crazy, but trust me. Completely soak it with water and then squeeze out all the excess moisture. We don't want it dripping. We just want it lightly damp. Once you've done that, spray it with your favorite setting spray. Then we start to blend and make melty, melty magic. Think about it. What you're doing is blending and pushing the concealer into the skin and locking it in place with that setting spray on that velour puff. It is so smooth. The finish is incredible. This blend is seamless and will change your life. Trust the process. This step is my favorite. Switch your velour puff, your favorite loose powder. Hooded cherry pie is mine if you know, you know. And look at my pores and texture vanish. I'm 40. Apparently not. These under eyes look 25. To make it extra bright, hourglass vanish and translucent light on top, just a little. My under eyes have never looked better. I did this hack years ago and I'm bringing it back. The best my under eyes have looked in a long time. You need to try this hack. You are welcome. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm gonna take this off. Okay, so I have the same puffs. It's damp, it's not completely wet. One size, Until Dawn. This is my favorite setting spray. It's the only one I've found actually works for me. What am I doing? Oh, concealer. Oh, I need to put my concealer on. Okay, it does just feel like a beauty blender kind of damp, you know what I mean? This does remind me of the Blenderful. Remember Tati Westbrook's Blenderful? Didn't you use that damp? I can't remember. That does actually look really nice. It looks like part of my skin. It almost has a slight shine to it. It looks like my skin. That looks great. Okay, powder. Now you know me, I don't like to bake, so we're just doing a thin layer. That does look incredibly smooth. What do you think? I really liked the texture of the concealer when it was slightly damp. I thought that looked really, really nice. I like it. It looks good. It looks good. I could actually maybe do without the powder and actually just have that really beautiful hydrated texture under the eyes. I thought that was really nice. All right, well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, where you can tag me in the content, just at me or send it to me in a message. I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe, comment as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.